you again on stream. What I was going to say is this is an exciting part of the pool where now a lot of players are starting to get into their opportunities to promote or to demote.
Yes.
And so the pressure, I think, comes on a little bit extra now.
Yeah.
We're starting to pair some of the top-rated players in the pool. Coming up, we have Jay and Harujun, who I think are both 2-0 right now. So this is our first match to see who gets promoted. And wow, okay, interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting. Well, this will. My guess is going to be very much just an MA battle. June and Jay playing Cozy Catastrophe. DSP.
Yeah, so they are playing a 13. So I think the joke that has been going around this tournament is, well, you might beat June if you get him on a 13.
Yeah,
so,
honestly, yeah.
So it looks like June, as the higher seed, elected to do final pick.
Interesting.
And what that means is that June first vetoed this 14, the Crispy Joy Box 14. And then that, however, gave Jay the opportunity to make 2 vetoes. And what does Jay do, as the very smart player that he is vetoes the 17 and the 16, forcing June then to pick between the straightforward 15 or the wonky 13.
Yeah.
And I think that June knows that his chances are best when it's the least straightforward chart, being the highest rated player here.
Yeah.
So also a really heads-up play from Jay in his vetoes to force June into a place where this is definitely Jay's best opportunity.
Definitely.
Anyone's best opportunity to take it from. I mean, Harujun has 18 perfects on this 13. He's got plenty of 18s where he has fewer than 18 perfects. So if this is going to happen for Jay, it's going to happen right now.
Yeah.
And if it happens, it will be very loud.
Yep. Cozy Catastrophe, a song with a mix of speeds here. We'll have some slowdowns, and then we'll have some parts where they'll go back to this main tempo that we've just seen.
Those loud steps we were talking about earlier really coming in handy for Jay right now. Only 1 perfect coming out of this slowdown. All right, it is neck and neck right now.
Very close.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. By 1. June holding.
All right, so 2 perfects there at the beginning of this slowdown for Jay. It can be so easy to pick up perfects there.
Very hard.
But a couple perfects from June too, so it's right back to neck and neck.
My goodness, this is going to be very, very close.
Plenty more crossovers and change-ups left to go. Both of them getting a grade. Oh my gosh. He's in the lead.
No. Oh my.
1 EX difference right now.
Oh my goodness.
Tied.
June slightly up, I believe.
2 EX difference. Oh my god. Luke, hold my hand.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, and everybody was on the edge of their seat. Nobody was making a sound for the back half of that song.
that was
sweating.
Intense. Wow.
13-1.
13-1
to 10-1. Oh, Jay, that was fantastic play. Up against our top seed of the tournament. Came so close. They were tied at one point.
Jay was ahead at one point.
Jay was ahead by 1 at one point.
That was close.
Breathe.
Gosh, that was close.
I need to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody was watching that match.
That was, I wish that, those of you who are watching here, I wish that you could have seen the crowd. Everyone was basically just locked in and quiet. It was fantastic.
So clenched tight.
Yeah. It was a lot of tension there. A lot of tension, but man, wow, what a great match. We love to see it.
I love DDR.
Yeah, guys, and this is where I feel so fortunate to be commentating on these pools, and like a match like that. I mean, almost like nothing that we can even say except for just watch it. It's so close.
I know. There are people who were talking to me before where they're like, you know what I like when you do in commentary is when you stop talking.
You let the game speak for itself.
And it's like, sometimes you just got to stop talking.
Yeah.
Let the game talk.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was definitely one of those times.
Wow.
So, we love to see any upset in tournaments is super, super exciting.
Right.
I know that there was an upset, the big one that I can recall yesterday, and I can't remember who it was.
Winter.
Pup Winter, yeah. Losing a match to, and I should remember the player, but I can't remember it.
Something like Flash Smash Bang.
Yeah, I can't remember. But
there's a player, a local player, I think, who I'm not as familiar with, but Pup Winter was the runner-up last year.
Of last remix, so it was very, very exciting. June did take that last match.
Yeah, June took it by 3 EX, which, for those of you who don't realize, that's one step.
Yep.
One step is worth 3 EX.
Yep.
And that is the evil and joy that is competitive DDR, is the matches being separated by 1 step, 1 frame.
Yep.
A 60th of a second can be the difference.
It's so close, and it's it kind of like makes me think of that that conversation we were having a little bit earlier, the strategy of picking songs, and Jay making that pick, knowing that this is probably the best chance that he had to get close to June, and that's that's a whole other conversation about tournaments, is knowing how to pick, what to pick, and also being familiar with the tournament format, knowing how things are going to sort of unfold.
Absolutely.
Right? That's one of the things. It's like, am I going to be banning a song? Am I going to be picking a song? Am I going to need to have a pocket pick ready for a time in the tournament? Which, in this case, we don't have pocket picks.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where familiarizing yourself with the rules of a tournament is really important if you're kind of like trying to take it somewhat seriously and to give yourself the best chance to pick up some wins in your matches.
Yeah, and I think it depends on who you are and what you think your strengths are, whether you think you would prefer to do final pick or whether you would prefer to make 2 of the bands.
Yep.
And I think I went into my first matches thinking I'd prefer final pick, and it turned out after playing it out, I'm like, you know what, I would have preferred having the 2 bands.
Yeah.
And I think this is a case where June probably thought the same thing of like, I know what I'm good at, I want to make that final pick and have that agency. But when you get into a situation where the other person can ban 2 of 4 charts, they may set you up with 2 charts that you're like, oh, you know what? I'm playing right into their hand.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, Jay, really smart play, and then really great play on the pad himself. But this isn't the last we'll see of Jay. Jay is now 2-1, has 2 more opportunities to promote. I would not be surprised if he does so, and that we'll see him again in the top 32, maybe with a rematch against June at some point.
Yeah, and that's the exciting thing about the format of tournaments like this, where you can have players who are top players. Maybe they have sort of like a song that doesn't go their way. In a tournament like this, it doesn't mean that they're just gone, right? It means that they can come back, and you may see them again. And even more exciting, you may see them in a rematch of the player that they originally lost to, which makes it really, really exciting.
Yeah, and we may get to catch their fire again,
that's
which
right.
would be wonderful.